Have you ever heard of the Rothschilds, the world's richest family? What I'm about to reveal in today's video are the untold secrets of their wealth and extravagance, as well as how they came to be the richest family in the world. Hello again, brilliant minds. We're delving into the fascinating world of wealth, power, and secrets today. The affluent Rothschild family has secrets stashed away like gold nuggets. Gather round as we learn the intriguing tale of their fortune and how they accumulated their enormous fortune. Oh, and don't forget to press the like button and wink subscribe if you want more incredible content like this. You won't want to miss a thing, I assure you. Many qualified financial experts and reputable journalists believe that some of the world's wealthiest people reside in oil-rich Middle Eastern nations and have fortune that are significantly greater than those of Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk. This belief is shared by conspiracy theorists as well. Then there are those who believe a particular European family is the richest family in history. Of course, they are alluding to the Rothschilds, a Jewish banking family that rose to prominence in the 1700s and once controlled more than half of the world's wealth. Think of them as the Jagat-Seth family on a global scale. In any event, their opinions are valid. This family doesn't speak out much, and not much is known about them. The Rothschild family's total wealth is thought to be in the trillions. Trillions with a capital T. You heard that right. In a sense, they invented the term rich and famous. The family's worth has reportedly increased to $500 trillion. Due to their immense wealth, the Rothschild family is able to enjoy a lifestyle that most of us can only imagine. They dine with aristocracy, socialize with the wealthy, and are surrounded by luxury everywhere they go. Their Instagram feed would be flooded with rich people problems if they had one. But my friends, here's the deal. Enormous wealth is accompanied by enormous conspiracies. Some people think that the Rothschild family pulls the strings behind the scenes to control the world's financial systems and governments. I'd love to know your thoughts on these rumors. So don't be too quick to judge and stick with me as I share additional details that will empower you to make wise choices. Let's go back in time to the early 19th century, when political and financial intrigue was rife in Europe. Enter the Rothschild family, a financial dynasty that would quickly rule supreme. Meyer Amschel Rothschild, a man with a vision who wanted to rule the banking industry, was the catalyst for their trip. Meyer Amschel Rothschild founded banks all over Europe, while strategically locating his sons in significant financial centers. Talk about a grand strategy. They established a network of financial powerhouses while keeping their finger on the global economy's pulse. They were able to share some amazing tales with the world as a result. Here are a few extraordinary tales about this family that have circulated for decades and even centuries, and which, with closer examination, sound quite fascinating. In my opinion, the fact that this family was successful in inventing the idea of international banking is what matters most about them. The Rothschild family founded the first banks in the colonies of Europe, with the majority of these institutions located in Africa and East Asia. They possessed an extremely reliable and advanced interbank communication system. They were able to establish the first really global bank as a result. In essence, they helped finance the colonization of Africa during the 1800s. They once resided in Europe and were in charge of the biggest bank in the United States of America. The Rothschild family not only created international banking, but also owns and controls over 25 banks and financial firms globally. 8 of the top 10 financial firms in the world are owned by Rothschild. The majority of NM Rothschild & Sons business is serving as a mergers and acquisitions advisor. The Rothschild family owns and governs the financial holding company Paris Orleans SA. The Rothschild family also owns Rabobank Group, the top investment and private bank in the Netherlands. The early 19th century independence of Brazil from Portugal was directly influenced by the Rothschild family's dominance over banks. One argument holds that they produced the circumstances that sparked the First World War. They made a fortune selling medical supplies, guns, and ammunition to both the Allies and the Axis forces. It was usually remembered. Think back to Sherlock Holmes, A Game of Shadows, and Professor Moriarty. His persona, so the story goes, was modeled after the Rothschilds. and it only makes sense that they will soon become involved in World War II as well, as this family funded both the Allies and the Axis powers during that conflict. It might be argued that, even though they did not launch World War II, their pre-World War I acts contributed to Germany's economic collapse and the later outbreak of the Second World War. As unlikely as it may sound, one thing is certain: by supporting both the Allies and the Axis countries in World War II, they made an even bigger wealth. Some even contend that they helped finance Japan's attack on the US at Pearl Harbor, prompting the US to enter the war. This family was so affluent that they currently hold about 30% of all major banks. The family is currently largely underground. Only a small number of the descendants are visible to the world, but they are acting in a totally different way. These descendants are best recognized for being some of the wealthiest individuals in Europe and the proprietors of some of the largest European financial brokerage houses. The entire family allegedly operates as a shadow organization today and holds a sizable stake in virtually every foreign bank, according to a number of reputable financial journalists. They reportedly hold a combined 30% stake in all of the big banks. In terms of assets, the Rothschild family possesses a sizable cash reserve of more than $70 billion, which is securely stored in the family's own institutions. Similarly, the Rothschild family holds shares in every significant corporation in the world through direct and indirect means. With a $100 billion fund, the Rothschild family can invest in major stock exchanges like the New York Stock Exchange, London Stock Exchange, and Tokyo Stock Exchange. Over $20 billion in US dollars, $6 billion in Japanese yen, and $33 billion in euros make up the Rothschild family's stock holdings. The Rothschild family is the largest shareholder in a number of well-known companies, including Meta, Facebook, Apple, Berkshire Hathaway, Visa, Starbucks, Bloomberg, Qualcomm, JP Morgan Chase, Bank of America, PepsiCo, Johnson & Johnson, Pfizer, and Hewlett-Packard. The Rothschild family entered the winemaking business for 160 years as a result of their extensive luxurious lifestyle. The Rothschild family currently owns numerous wine properties in South Africa, Australia, South America, France, and Italy. The Rothschild family also serves as the Vatican Church's official wine supplier. They do not collect a fee and offer the wine at no cost. Through direct and indirect means, the Rothschild family indirectly and directly owns about 70% of all wine sold in Europe. Through the selling of wine, the Rothschild family made more than $16 billion in the previous year. The Rothschild family has lived a life of luxury and splendor, and they have indulged in a variety of lavish extravagances that are a reflection of their enormous wealth and power. Their luxurious estates and mansions, distinguished by superb architecture and verdant grounds, may be seen all over Europe. The family's fine art collections are on exhibit in private galleries and museums, and include priceless works of art by well-known painters. The philanthropic efforts of the Rothschild family have had a considerable impact, helping to advance causes including healthcare, cultural preservation, and education. The Rothschild family has donated the most to the Vatican in the last year, despite being Jewish, which is both wonderful and amazing. The Rothschild family has made a staggering $5 billion donation to the Vatican, and has also paid for Pope Francis' personal travel expenses. That will be all for now. See you in the next video. Until then, dream big and keep working hard. And to get more amazing content like this, you know what you have to do. Like, subscribe. Thank you for watching the video till the end. Have a Rothschild day.